Why are American and European trucks so different? At first glance, it might seem to be just a matter of aerodynamics and shape, a long hood versus a flat face. However, behind this lies a complex history of geography, legislation, infrastructure, and operational culture. The difference between them is not just about design, it is a reflection of how drivers live and work, the constraints of the road networks, and the specific priorities of the transportation systems in each region. Trucking is the lifeblood of the economy in both Europe and the United States. Every day, millions of tons of freight traverse continents, linking ports, factories, and urban centers. Yet, the equipment used for this task differs radically. In North America, conventional tractors dominate, characterized by a long hood with the cab positioned behind the engine. In Europe, cab-over-engine (COE) models prevail, where the cab sits directly atop the powertrain. Why did these distinct configurations evolve, and what are the functional advantages of each? It begins with geography and distance. In the US, long-haul truckers frequently cover thousands of miles in a single run, crossing multiple states and spending weeks away from home. For these drivers, comfort is a functional necessity rather than a luxury. This is why American sleeper berths are designed as homes on wheels. These spacious units are equipped with full-size beds, refrigerators, microwaves, storage cabinets, and entertainment systems. Many owner-operators customize their rigs into true mobile apartments, sometimes installing custom auxiliary power units, APUs, and even compact plumbing solutions to remain independent of truck stop facilities. The modular interiors allow for versatile living spaces that can be converted from a workspace to a sleeping area in seconds. The European operational environment is vastly different. While long-haul routes exist, average distances are shorter, and logistics cycles are more condensed. Furthermore, driving standards are strictly regulated. Under EU Hours of Service (HOS) regulations, a driver is generally limited to 9 hours of driving per day. In contrast, US regulations allow for up to 11 hours of driving within a 14-hour on-duty window. This extended time on the road necessitates a more robust living environment integrated into the tractor. Infrastructure is another decisive factor. American interstate highways are generally wide and straight, accommodating long wheelbase vehicles that offer superior stability at highway speeds and a smoother ride. European infrastructure, however, is defined by historical constraints: narrow urban streets, mountain hairpins, tunnels, and high-density traffic. In these conditions, a bulky conventional tractor would be a major liability. Consequently, European trucks are engineered to be compact and highly maneuverable. The COE layout provides a shorter turning radius and superior forward visibility, essential for navigating tight European delivery points. Regulatory history also played a crucial role. For decades, both regions limited the overall length of the entire combination, tractor plus trailer. This forced manufacturers to minimize cab length to maximize cargo volume. However, a pivotal shift occurred in the US with the Surface Transportation Assistance Act of 1982. This legislation changed the rules to restrict only the length of the trailer, effectively deregulating the length of the tractor. This allowed American manufacturers to expand sleeper berths and move the engine forward without sacrificing freight capacity, solidifying the dominance of the conventional long-nosed truck in America. This seemingly minor legislative shift completely transformed the industry. Manufacturers were suddenly free to engineer long, powerful, and aerodynamic tractors without compromising cargo volume. This gave birth to the legendary American aesthetic: massive hoods, chrome accents, and expansive sleeper cabs. Europe, however, did not follow suit. To this day, strict regulations remain in place, generally limiting the total length of a standard articulated vehicle to 16.5 meters, or up to 18.75 meters for road trains. As a result, every millimeter of a European tractor is dictated by space efficiency. Any increase in cab length directly reduces the allowable trailer size, cutting into payload and profitability. European engineers must constantly balance driver ergonomics with the maximum possible cargo volume. These machines are built for surgical precision and practicality, whereas American rigs prioritize endurance and onboard living. From an aerodynamic perspective, American conventional tractors have a distinct advantage. Their sloped front ends allow air to flow naturally around the cab, reducing drag and improving fuel efficiency at sustained highway speeds. In a country where trucks may travel thousands of miles at 75 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour, without stopping, this is a critical economic factor. Conversely, the flat-face design of European COE models creates higher wind resistance. However, on European routes where average speeds are lower and journeys are shorter, this inefficiency is less pronounced. Here, maneuverability and space saving take precedence over pure aerodynamic profiles. Furthermore, Europe has mastered a multimodal transportation system. Trucks frequently cross borders not just via highways, but also on ferries and rail platforms. In these scenarios, compact tractors are essential for fitting into constrained spaces. A shorter overall length allows more units to be loaded onto a single vessel, maximizing transport efficiency. Additionally, Europe's high density of logistics hubs means freight is often swapped between vehicles, reducing the need for one massive tractor to haul a single load across the entire continent. The American model operates on a different scale. Freight movement is primarily land-based and direct. The expansive interstate highway system is designed for a single driver to handle the entire route from coast to coast. This point-to-point logic favors the heavy-duty American truck, a machine capable of hauling the same load from a warehouse in California to a terminal in New York without ever needing to shrink its footprint. But the gap between American and European trucks isn't just about laws or infrastructure. It runs much deeper, touching the very way of life. In the United States, being a long-haul trucker is more than just a job. It's a core identity. Drivers spend weeks on the road, traversing thousands of miles across deserts, plains, and mountain ranges. Independence, vast open spaces, and life on the highway are deeply rooted in the culture. To an American driver, their rig is their home, their freedom, and a symbol of the open road. Europe takes a more pragmatic approach. Here, the emphasis is on a structured work-life balance. Duty cycles are strictly regulated to ensure drivers stop at well-equipped rest areas, adhere to mandatory rest periods, and return home more frequently. For the European trucker, the vehicle is primarily a high-tech tool, a precision instrument for work rather than a permanent residence. However, as technology advances, these long-standing boundaries are beginning to blur. The rise of electric propulsion is rewriting the rules of truck architecture. Take the Tesla Semi, for example. Despite its American heritage, it lacks the traditional long hood. Because electric motors are compact and do not require massive front-mounted cooling stacks, the design has shifted toward a sleek, aerodynamic profile that echoes the efficiency of European cab-over models. By prioritizing a low-drag coefficient to maximize battery range, the Semi proves that in the electric era, physics trumps tradition. Europe has already mastered the art of building compact, efficient machinery, and now America is gradually moving in the same direction. We may be entering an era where the stark differences between continents begin to fade. In the near future, the highways on both sides of the Atlantic might be dominated by a new breed of trucks, quiet, ecological, and hyper-rational. So, where do you stand in this continental divide? Do you prefer the brute force and chrome of a classic American conventional, or the surgical precision and maneuverability of a modern European cab-over? If you're a driver out there grinding on the interstates or navigating the tight streets of the EU, we want to hear from you. In which cab would you rather spend your week? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of heavy machinery. Safe travels.